everyone, welcome to my build. Today I'm going to be showing you a house that I built in Willow Creek. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and it also has a bonus room that I just made into an activity room / laundry room. I placed 4 Sims onto this lot just so that I could have a budget of $60,000. I did build this house specifically for these Sims, so my thinking was that they were a little bit more ahead in their career, so they had a little bit more money to spend on the house, which is why the budget is so high. So I start off having a vision of like a covered porch in mind, so I knew that I wanted there to be this specific shape and I wanted there to be a deck that wrapped around the house to the back. So I started off by doing that, and I kind of just made up the floor plan as I went. I didn't have a specific floor plan in mind. The only thing that I knew I wanted was that I wanted the parents' bedroom to be on the main floor and the kids' bedroom to be on the second floor, and I wanted there to be at least two bathrooms. I think that that's enough. It's only 4 Sims, so it shouldn't really be an issue. I ended up moving the stairs quite a bit because I wasn't sure if they should go where they are now or if they should go against the opposite wall or where exactly they should go. And I also didn't really want to make the upstairs that big, but it ended up being quite big and quite spacious, which is fine. It's just, it can be kind of empty. So I did fill it in with lots of things to do, lots of activities for your Sims to do. I also started off with this light wood color for the windows and the doors and also the stairs, which I end up swapping out because I just really don't like light wood colors. I like darker wood tones like gray or dark brown, or even like a semi-light brown would be okay, but this light color just does not do it for me, so I ended up swapping that out. I wanted the kitchen to be really big, really spacious. I wanted it to have a fairly large island on it. And I also needed to fit the dining room there as well. So I ended up scooting all of the kitchen to that one side of the wall and putting the dining room right by the stairs there. And I used these blue accent wood colors throughout the main floor. And I think I used them once upstairs or twice upstairs, just because they add a little bit of color, but it's not too loud and too like colorful, because I did want it to be a little bit more of a mute color scheme. I did put a fireplace in this one. It's not a super expensive fireplace because I wasn't really worried about that. I mostly just wanted the furniture around it, so I did go for a cheap fireplace. There is lots of activities in this house though. There's a TV, there's I think 2 radios, there's a bookshelf, and then there's lots of activities upstairs as well. I did alt place quite a few windows in this build because I wanted the 2 tile windows, so they are alt placed in the front, so you're going to have bb.move objects on when you place this lot. My main color scheme though for the whole entire house is gray, black, white, and this blue color that some of the wood pieces are. I also placed a little shoe rack in this build, so you will be able to change the setting into whether or not you want your Sims to wear shoes indoors. I always make them not wear shoes indoors just because that's kind of what you do in real life, so just for the realism of it, I placed that. I ended up going for a light floor though, so there is a little bit of a light wood colors throughout the house, so I did stick a little bit to my original idea. I didn't fully embrace it, but I think it looks good how it is now. I think if I added all of the wood pieces to be that color, it would have been way too much beige colored wood, so I don't regret that. I think it looks pretty good now as it is. I also wanted it to be a little bit more bright, so I didn't really want to go for a dark wood color, especially because I've got all those dark wood furniture pieces. So if the floor were that dark, I think it would have just been too dark throughout the whole house. The teen boy bedroom, he has a lot of room in his bedroom. I did end up putting a few like gym equipment items in there, as well as I think I put a computer in his room, but I might be wrong. I ended up switching his bed to just a regular bed, not a lofted bed, because it just looked too much like a kid's room, not a teenager's room. I also think I changed his desk to be white and not black. That black color just looks like it's burnt to me, so I hate using it, but I always want to use it, but it never looks good. In the child's room, I put like a little mirror and some decorations that like a hairdryer decoration and the makeup tray decoration in there with her mirror, just to make it look like she had like a little area to do her makeup or whatever, because I think that's really cute. I saw someone do that on a speed build. It might have been Lil Simsy, but I don't know. I can't quite remember, but someone did it and I saw them do it and I was like, I'm gonna use that. And I've used it so many times. It's actually my favorite thing. So the bathroom upstairs has a tub and a shower, and I think the bathroom downstairs has a tub and a shower as well. So if you did want to swap out one or the other of those to fit in something else into the bathroom, it's totally doable. I had a larger budget. It was doable, so I just did it how I wanted it to look. I did stick with the same color scheme for both bathrooms though. I really like the sinks that I used. I've never used that swatch before, I don't think. I placed lots of plants throughout this one, just little ones everywhere. I feel like they fill out a space really, really well without being too like visually explosive. So I left those in like little corners and things like that. I didn't want to go for super bright pots because I wanted them all to be very like neutral. Honestly wish we had a 2-tile window from the pack that those are from. I believe they're from the Cats and Dogs pack, but I might be wrong. Oh, I think that they're from the Seasons pack, actually. I placed lots of posters. Like I said, I placed the mirror with the little makeup decorations. And I also placed some wall hanging lights in the child's room. As well as a little nightlight, so she shouldn't get scared at night, hopefully. I love these wall hanging lights though. I saw that on someone's speed build as well. They used the flip-flops for their child's room and it looked so cute. So there is only one computer in this house. At first I thought I did 2 computers and I was wondering why would I do that, but I didn't do that. I was smart and only put one in this house, so that's good. So I did that wraparound porch. I added in lots of posts, columns, or whatever you want to call them, into the covered porch because I love how columns look on covered porches. They look so good. Plus, I always usually add columns on the corners of houses, unless it looks like really odd with them or I can't find one that exactly suits the feel I'm going for. And I did go for an orange exterior on this house. I wanted something that would pop out a lot because it's a family home. It can't be boring. It's got to be a little bit more funky fun. So I did go with orange with white accents and a brick chimney. I went ahead and placed the porch wood pieces to connect on the corners because I think that looks so good. It's not something you really always think about doing, but when someone does it, you notice it because you can see they come together so nicely and it's so satisfying to see it. I also went through debug to get all of my, or not all of my landscaping, but a fair amount of my landscaping, because there's one particular bush that looks better in debug than it does like through our regular menu. So I always go through debug to try and find that. Sometimes I swear my eyes like choose not to see things that I'm specifically looking for, but I did find them this day that I was building this. So and there's that plant that I was talking about. I think everyone can agree that it looks better in debug than it does on a regular menu, right? Like that's a sad truth. I also had to remove the foundation because the plants were jumping up because they were in debug. They were jumping up to the foundation height and not on the ground. So you just go in afterwards and put that back on. And I do go into Managed Worlds, obviously, to show you what the plants look like in summer, so you can actually see them other than being like brown blobs in the grass. And I still did have quite a bit of budget left over for at this stage in the build, but I was worried that I was going to want a plant that was not in debug, so I'd have to go back and get it from the regular menu and pay like $100 for it. So I did want there to be a little bit extra money for that. But now we're down to 62 simoleons, and then I also have to add in a porch light. So I think that gets down to like 3 simoleons or something, or somewhere around there. It gets pretty low. But we pretty much use up the whole budget for this house, which is pretty good. I think that's pretty good. If you can like get right on the budget, that's so satisfying. So here's the kitchen and the dining room, as well as the living room just through there. And there's the front door and the shoe rack. And here are all the packs that I used in this build. Like you can see, it's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's 59,715 simoleons. So it's pretty close to the budget. It's actually lower than I would think, considering we only had 3 simoleons left over. But there you go. That is my build. There's my Sims sitting on my nice couch. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.